I mean, Indianapolis and KC is the game of the week. Has a chance to be one of the games of the year, especially with the implications if Kansas City does lose. And that's not from a hater standpoint. That's just in general. It could be like a real like death blow to their playoff chances. I think none of us are going to pick the Colts here. We might pick them to cover. I think all of us are going to pick the Chiefs to win this. I cannot believe we've talked about this ad nauseum. Darren and I talked about the Chiefs a lot on that podcast on Sunday. Greg, you and I have talked about the Chiefs. Literally, most of our conversations in life since I've moved here to Spokane have been about the Chiefs, and you've been talking me off cliffs. We've gotten fist fights almost over it. But it's. I'm trying to not be a like a doom and gloom guy about their chances of actually missing the playoffs. But this is a game where I could see them definitely losing with how Mahomes has played the last few weeks. I'm going to pick them to win. I'm going to pick them to cover because I just don't see the Chiefs losing big games against AFC teams ever when it matters most in the last half decade almost, basically. I mean, the
What about
last 3
last
years.
week?
Huh?
What about last week?
That game doesn't really matter when it comes down to it. This is the game that matters, right?
Sure.
Like, this is the game that actually will determine if they have a chance at the playoffs. Last week was a division game. Do they need to win the division? No. They've gone on the road before and made the Super Bowl. So I'm just saying this is a game that actually, if they lose this, their playoff chances will go from I think it's 55% in the algorithmic, like however they deduce this, to probably down to 20%. And that's even being nice because they're just saying this is the Chiefs factor. They need to win this game. They need to get to 10 or 11 wins to make the playoffs, especially since these tiebreakers are against them. I'm going to pick them. I'm only going to pick them not because I think they're better than the Colts. I think they're worse than the Colts. I'm going to pick them because of Andy Reid and Mahomes and the fact that when it comes to big games, they've given me too much history of both trauma that I'm working through in therapy and also just the aspect that they win these games even when their backs against the wall, they typically win these. They've lost 3 big games in the 4 big games in the Mahomes Reid era. The AFC Championship game against Brady and Belichick and the Pats, the Super Bowl against the Bucks, the Super Bowl against the Eagles, and then the AFC Championship game against the Bengals. That's the only 4 big games they've ever lost. So I think they're going to win this game, and I think they're going to end up making the playoffs. So, and 3.5, maybe they win by 3. Butker's a risk. Butker has been bad. They should look at actually cutting him and getting a new kicker. I see his mind's been on other things lately. Makes sense, Harrison, but mine has too. But the thing is, he has the risk of the hook playing a factor here. But I'm going to take the Chiefs to cover and win. Greg?
Yeah, I think this game comes down to a lot of intangibles. And I think the intangibles in this instance are really leaning in one direction. If you look at the perspective, okay, the Colts are coming off a bye, so they got a little bit of a rest advantage. We're playing in Arrowhead. And the idea for me, this just boils down to, do I want to take Daniel Jones on the road in Arrowhead and assume he's going to get it done? He's had a great year. I think that is completely without question. That's not going to translate here. Kansas City needs this game like absolute blood, and they're going to get it. And they're going to get it one way or the other. They're going to come out on fire in this game, and I have no doubt that they're going to cover the 3.5. They're certainly going to win the game. But you can only look at Kansas City here. I mean, they're at a point now where if you lose this game, you have to win every single game for the rest of the year. And realistically, they kind of need to win this game in addition to the rest of the games. And their season, as far as the upcoming games go, it does pare down a little bit. There's a lot of upcoming opposition that I think that they've got the edge in. They've got to take this game, and they're going to win it. I have to go with Kansas City minus 3.5. We've seen this show before, and we're going to see it again. So, and you better believe the refs are going to be in Patrick Mahomes' back pocket on this one. I guarantee you there's going to be a very sketchy call or two in this game where you just go, okay, fair enough. And there it goes. Darren, what are you thinking, man?
I think that the Chiefs will win this game. I think they will, but the way that they've played football this year, I can also see the Colts taking this game. So for that reason, I'm going to just take the points here. I think that this is going to be a field goal game. We're getting the hook here with 3.5. So I'm just going to take the Colts 3.5. I know it's an Arrowhead. I know the Chiefs need this game like they need air to breathe, but I just think that this Colts team is really, really good. And I know Daniel Jones is probably not, gonna keep being Superman forever. I think he's gonna kind of turn back into a pumpkin a little bit. But with their offensive line and their run game, I don't know how much that really matters. I think that that's gonna give the Chiefs issues. I think they'll be able to extend drives and keep Mahomes on the sidelines by running the ball super effectively. I think it's gonna be a close game. I don't know. I'm looking, another thing here I'm looking at is the under in this game. I think that this might be a little bit of a slugfest, a little bit of a low scoring game. The over under set at 49.5, which seems a wee bit high right now. So that might be something I'd a bet as well, but I think I'm going to take the points here with the Colts. I just think that run game and the Colts defense will be enough to kind of keep this game slow and low scoring, which, they just run the ball so much better.
Yeah, it's basically if we're Greg and I are on the Chiefs, it's basically because of vibes. Football
Yeah.
purposes, the Colts should be on this, and we're on there also because I think, Greg, you did it great because of Daniel Jones. It's just the worry about him in a big game. The offensive line, though, and Jonathan Taylor are all they're X factors. I mean, Jonathan Taylor has been so good this year, and he's rested. So, I mean, but yeah, I mean, this is a game where I just want to bet the Chiefs so much, like in every parlay, just money line them in just add the Chiefs money line in every single bet I make this week, and just say, you know what, I'm gonna ride with them. If I lose money, I'm happy. I'm not gonna be happy because I'm struggling, but I'm like, it's like I'll be like, oh well, at least they're gonna be out of the playoffs. Which the funny thing is, they lose this game, I lose all my money, and then they still make the playoffs. How would that be? That's how it would be. And then now I'm on. Now I need somebody to wield the katana as I commit seppuku. Somebody to hit my head right clean off, okay?